Hey, welcome. Do you wish that your business or job was easier? Or do you maybe wish that you were better? Maybe you even wish that you had superpowers to get your job or business done more easily. Do you think that maybe you have some kind of talent that maybe other people don't have? And maybe do you also realize that perhaps you've got some talents or habits that you have that give people the shits? Thank you. My name is Dan Kuss and I'm here today to talk to you about strengths-based development. That is, doing things more naturally and easily with talents that you have. But first, before we get into that, I want to play a game. So quickly go and grab a pen and paper. If you have to pause the video, do that and just grab a pen and paper and we'll get started. Okay, great. So here's the thing. I'm going to ask you a question, and if you agree with the question, I want you to write it down. If you disagree with the question, then you put a note. Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? All right, great. So here's the first question. Do you start conversations with people in aeroplanes, trains, supermarkets, cafes, wherever you are? You can't help but start a conversation. Yes or no? Do you have a color-coded or otherwise organized wardrobe, an area in your bedroom where things are in colors or summer or winter or size or age or lucky or unlucky? Or how do you organize things? If that's you, put it down. If that's not you, then put a no. Are you one of those people that goes up to the lift and presses the elevator? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't you know I'm here? Hurry up, please, elevator. I don't have time for this. Or do you calmly, patiently wait for the elevator, knowing that it'll come when it's ready? Are you one of those people that has to go through the help checkout by yourself, the automated checkout, because you just don't have the patience to wait for the person that's doing the assisting in the checkout to do it for you? Do you keep lists? Yes or no? Do you keep lists on the weekends? Do you write down everything you need to do on the weekend and then work through that? Maybe it keeps you up at night and you don't feel like sleeping until you've checked off that list. Do you go back and write things on your list just so you can tick them off again to get that sense of satisfaction when you've done something? Do you have friends from primary school, from elementary school, from school way back when that you are still in contact with now? Yes or no? Is everything a race for you? Even that friendly family barbecue on the weekend, you've got to win it. You're in it to win it. It's like a competition. You race people at the traffic lights. You're looking around and don't want anyone to beat you. You probably even find yourself racing people down the aisle in the supermarket to get one step ahead of them. Now, we know what happens in those family barbecues on a Sunday when we're playing a game of cricket and you get so competitive, you pack the shits, and maybe people don't want to play with you again. And they're like, come on, man, it's just a family game of cricket, but something in you has to win. If that's you, write it down. Put a yes. If a no, put a no. Okay, great. Now take a minute or 30 seconds just to tally up your score. How many yeses and how many nos? I've got a hunch that there's at least one or two yeses in there. And why is that important? Well, what I'm talking to you about today is talent and strength. And the thing is, each of those questions I asked you was about a talent. If you start conversations, you're a communicator. If you have to be in it to win it all the time, you're highly competitive. If you organize your wardrobe by summer, winter, color, size, age, whatever it is, you're a coordinator, you're an organizer. You have to put things in order. Is it starting to make sense? Yes or no? Great. So, why is this important? Well, the thing is, we're all born with talents. And if you listen to my introductory interview with Barry, you would have heard me talk about talents and strengths and the value of them. But if not, what I want you to think about is the fact that when we're all born with talents, things that we do naturally well, there are things that we also don't naturally do well. In fact, I like to think of them as superpowers for good, and when we don't use them well, they're superpowers for evil. Now, this is a worldwide movement. A company called Gallup has been doing this now for 30 odd years. There's about 80 years of research. Over 22 million people have taken this survey on how to identify their natural talents. And we believe that when we use our talents, we are more successful. We can do things with ease, excellence, and joy. Wouldn't it be nice to be getting on with the things that we need to do, doing them in a fashion that brings us more satisfaction, brings us less resistance? I mean, we've heard about the saying, the path to least resistance, or the path of least resistance. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd like to do everything with the path of least resistance. Even when we're doing things that push ourselves, that make us work harder. And as an entrepreneur or a budding entrepreneur, you're wearing so many hats. You've got marketing, you've got business, you've got sales, you've got to run the business, you've got the administration, you've got inventory and all those other things that go on with running a business, depending on the kind of business you're in. And there are some things that you're going to be really good at, that you're going to be naturally talented at. Maybe you have the gift of the gab, and there are going to be some things that you absolutely suck at. Now, depending on the size of your business, you may have the luxury of delegating, or you can outsource. I mean, it's so easy to outsource these days with the digital era. But if you don't delegate, if you're starting and wearing all those hats yourself, then you've got to find a way to do those things that you don't enjoy. Do those things with least resistance. Do them with more ease. And the trick to that is to find out how you naturally do things well. So think back to the questions I asked you earlier about whether you're a conversationalist or you're an organizer, or whether you have to collect things, or whether you're impatient and you start things. If you're like me, you're an activator. Go, 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 go. You've got to get things going. Reflect back on that and think about the roles that you've got in your new venture that you're on, and how can you use some of those talents to get things done? Now, we're only at the start of this journey here, and I'm grateful that I have the chance to talk to you guys about this. But what I want you to do with us over the course of this journey is take the time to find out what your talents are. And then we can teach you how to turn them into strengths. We can teach you to start using them straight away to be more effective, to be in more flow. I mean, Gallup would say that people who are using their strengths every day are 3 times more likely to have a better quality of life. I don't know about you, but I'd love to have a better quality of life. And when I'm doing things that I love, when I'm doing them how I like to do, when I'm in flow, I'm smiling. I'm on top of the world. And when I come off of stage or delivering a workshop, I am a couple of inches off the ground, because that's what I love to do. So let's find out those things that get you walking on air, and then show you how to master it so that you can be walking on air more often. And you know that people are gravitating towards those people that seem to be having fun and enjoying themselves, walking with more confidence. I want that to be you guys too. So when you jump off this video, go and Google Gallup Strengths, do the survey. You can either take your top 5 strengths, it's going to cost you maybe $20 US, or you can find out your full 34 strengths. I would recommend the 34, but if you want to dip your toe in the water, then start with the 5. And once you've got that, you'll get some information you can read. Read as much as you can. There's lots of resources on there. There's videos to watch. And then throughout the course of this program and this journey with Entrepreneurs Hangout and Barry Mitchell, we can show you guys how to sew all this together to be more effective in your role, not just in your business, but also in your family life and with your friends and your community and your sport and whatever else that you're doing. We can show you how to do that more easily with those talents you're about to find out you've got. Have a great day. Go and do that survey. Get in touch with us if you have any questions. We can't wait to help you.